Hey guys, it's Stacy, and today I am here to talk about my TBR 5-star prediction. These are books on my TBR that I think I might give 5 stars to when I read them. So I have 5 here to show you, and I'm very excited to talk about them because I am very much ready to read all of them, so let's get into it. The first one I have here is Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. This is on the BookTube SFF shortlist. This is about a group of older assassins. One day one of them, their daughter gets kidnapped, so they go on a journey to rescue her. They get the band back together, and they're just kind of like washed up mercenaries, and apparently this is very funny and I'm super excited to read it. I'm hoping to read it next after I finish the book I'm currently reading. I'm super excited to read this, and I want to do a review for it when I read it, but I think this is going to be a great adult fantasy. I think it's going to be hilarious. I think it's going to be one of my new favorite books. It just seems like something I would love. I love mercenaries. I love funny men. Like, this has everything I want and need and more. The next book I have is a very hyped book in the whole book community, like everywhere, and that is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think I'm just going to love this. It's very hyped. It's about Evelyn Hugo, and it's about her 7 husbands, and she's kind of like telling her life story to a journalist, I think, and Evelyn Hugo is bisexual. I'm pretty sure she had a wife at one point, and I think I'm just gonna love this. From what I hear, it's very powerful and moving, and I'm ready to sob my eyes out. This isn't gonna be the first Taylor Jenkins Reid book I'm gonna read. I'm going to read One True Loves first. I don't know if I'll give that one 5 stars, but I think this one is going to be a great read. This next one is also on the BookTube SFF shortlist, and that is City of Brass by S.A. Chakrabarty. This is a fantasy set in a Eastern type fantasy world, and I'm pretty sure the main character summons a djinn and she's not supposed to be able to, and they're like, what the fuck? I want to go in this pretty blind, so I haven't done much research on it, but I think it's going to be awesome. From what I hear, everybody just flies through it, even though it is a very chunky fantasy, but I think I'm gonna love it. It's on the BookTube SFF, so I'm gonna do a review for this as well, but I think it's just gonna be great, and we don't get many fantasies set in a Middle Eastern type world. It's mostly just a European type world, so I think this is a very important fantasy book, and I'm just super excited to read it. And that cover though is like freaking beautiful. The next book I have here was recommended to me from Jessie at Jessie's Shelf, so thank you, Jessie, and that is Heartsick by Chelsea Kane. This is a mystery type thriller about a detective and a murderer, and the detective has been searching for this murderer for years, and I'm pretty sure they have some sick, twisted romance. The detective's name is Archie, and the murderer's name is Gretchen, so Archie is a man, he's detective, and the murderer is Gretchen, who is a woman, and you don't really see that many murderous women in books, so I'm excited to read this. I have the whole series, so I want to just like binge read this eventually, but I think I'm gonna love it. I love crap like this. I love shows like this. Like, this reminds me of Mindhunter a little bit, so I'm excited to read this. I think it's going to be creepy and weird and so fucked up, and like, that is what I'm here for. That sounds weird, but I'm here for it. And the last book I have, I've been talking about this series nonstop since I read it, and this is a little novella that goes along with it, and that is Sight Witch by Susan Dennard. If you did not know, I fucking love Truth Witch. It's like my favorite thing right now. But this is the little novella that follows Ryber before she meets everybody else. When she is Ryber was a Sight Witch sister at a convent, and I think she like escapes, and then she meets Cullen before, you know, all of the events in Truth Witch and Wind Witch, and I'm super excited to read this. I really enjoyed Ryber, even though she wasn't like a big character in the story, but I think she's gonna be more present in the next book, so I'm excited to read this, learn about Ryber. Also, this cover as well is amazing, and I'm obsessed with this series right now, so I want to read all of the books, so I'm going to be reading this soon as well, because I am Witchland's trash. So those are all the books that I hope I give 5 stars to when I read them. I hope to read these pretty soon, but with the BookTube SFF awards going on, I do have my plate full with big fantasy books that I need to read, so these will be after that. But yeah, so comment some books that you think you're going to give 5 stars to, or if you've read any of these, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!